started. What happens when you add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers? Integers, not numbers. Porter.
You get a number.
You get a number. What kind of number?
I don't want any.
Would it be an integer?
Yeah.
If you add, subtract, multiply, divide an integer, you're going to get an integer out of it. Okay? You don't have to write anything down. Today we're going to compare and order integers using our number lines, and then we're going to find absolute value of an expression. On this one, we know what a positive and negative number is. We know what an integer is. What's an integer? What? Negative and positive whole numbers, right? What does opposite mean? We talked about it. What is opposite?
Negative.
Positive and negative. Oops. Positive, negative. What I write down, you write down. Opposites mean positive and negative. Okay. Coordinate. What can be a coordinate on a number line?
Like a dot.
Like a dot.
Yeah.
Okay. I marked -7 up here. This group did. That is a coordinate on a number line. What's an inequality?
It's not equal to.
Never mind.
Just say what I said.
It is not equal to. Do these signs look familiar?
Yes, the alligators. No. The alligators.
The alligators, yes. Less than, greater than, equal to, greater than, equal to, or less than or equal to. Remember what I write down, you write down. Absolute value. Cooper, what is the symbol for absolute value?
Like the number, and then it's like the jail bars.
The jail bars. I'm just going to put an X in there for now. What is the definition of absolute value? We all got there when we were talking in our groups. Alex.
The distance between zero.
Distance from 0. The absolute value means the distance from 0, whether you're moving left or you're moving right. Okay, math symbols, we've talked about this. If it's pointing away from the bigger number, it is less than. If it is eating the bigger number, it is greater than. Okay, we'll talk about that more with examples. Any questions over vocab? So can I move on? We already talked about absolute value, okay? Absolute value is the distance from 0. So 6 and -6 are what?
Absolute value.
Not absolute value, what are they? Positive, negative? They're opposites of each other. They are opposites of each other. So that means they are the same distance away from 0. That is absolute value. Okay. We want to, flip your papers over. We want to write an integer for each situation. And then we want to find its opposite. Okay? 23 degrees below 0. If it means below, Cooper, what should it be, positive or negative?
Negative.
Because it says below, good. So we need -23. What is the opposite of -23?
Positive 23.
Positive 23. Good. Next one, 11 inches more than normal. What integer should that be? Positive 11. What's its opposite, McKinley? -11. Good. On the next slide, the one next to it, I want you guys to try these ones. Okay, 32 feet underground. Okay.
-32.
-32. Underground, so we need to go negative. Okay. Opposite, what would be its opposite?
Positive 88. What? Positive 88.
Positive 32.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So
8 weeks after winning. After winning. Maddie, got it? Is it positive or negative if we're
Positive.
after winning?
positive.
Positive 8.
Like a person answer.
Opposite.
Sorry.
What's the opposite of -8?
Positive 8.
Sorry,
What?
I said that wrong.
No, she said it wrong.
I did say it wrong. What is the opposite of 8? -8, good. Now we're bringing in number lines and inequalities. So for A, we want to write 2 inequalities involving 1 and -2. So I'm going to write 1 and -2. Which number, think in your head, which number is the bigger number? Think in your head, which number is the bigger number?
1.
Think in your head, which number is the bigger number? Hazel. It is 1. So, the alligator should be eating
Number 2.
1. Okay? What does this read?
Less than. Wait,
1 is greater than negative 2. Okay, let's write another one. I'm just going to flip the two numbers around. Which number is bigger? 1 is still bigger. So which way does it need to face?
Eat 1.
Less than.
It still needs to eat 1. Good. So read this. Negative 2 is
Less than 1.
less than 1. These are the same inequality, same numbers. They mean the same thing, just written differently. Okay, do you agree?
Yes.
All right. On number 2, we want to replace that dot with an inequality symbol. Think in your head. Do it on your own. Think in your head. Which number is bigger? Braden.
4. Negative 4.
Why is negative 4 bigger?
Because every time you do a negative, the negative 6 is smaller.
Okay, why is negative 4 bigger?
Because negative 4 is closer to 0.
It is closer to 0, and it's more to the right if you want to think about it that way. It's more to the right of the number line. So which number should our alligator be eating, Cooper?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. What does that read?
Greater than. Less.
Negative 4 is greater than negative 6.
Negative 4 is greater than negative 6. Nice job. Okay, you guys try this one. It is the same thing as the slide we just did. Try it on your own. Give me one inequality that you wrote for A. Cooper.
7 is greater than negative 4.
Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Does anyone disagree? What is another one? Stormy.
Negative 4 is less than 7.
Good. Did you write it that way? Good. Does everyone agree?
Yeah.
All right. On B, which number is bigger, negative 2 or 3? Nick, which number is bigger, negative 2 or 3?
3.
Why 3?
Because it's a positive and negative 2 is a negative.
Good. So where should my sign point to? Which number should my alligator be eating?
7.
3.
3. What does that read?
Less than.
Negative 2 is less than 3. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to be graphing on a number line. On number 1, draw yourself a number line. What number should you always start with on a number line?
0.
0. Where does 0 go?
In the middle.
In the middle.
The left.
Put 0 in the middle. Always start with 0 in the middle of your number line. Okay? Okay, so now I'm just going to take one number at a time. Where should 1 go?
Next to the 0.
Right next to the 0. One spot over. One spot over from 0. Where does negative 5 go?
At the end, on the right side of the.
Over here?
Wait, what?
You said right side.
Oh, left side.
Needs to be on the left side, right? How many spaces over? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 5 goes here. We already did 0. What about negative 1? Where does negative 1 go?
Directly to the left to 0.
Good. One spot over. What about 2?
Next to the.
Next to 1. And then 4?
Um,
Keep counting over, right?
yeah.
Okay, I don't expect you to draw the number line every time. If it helps you, please do it, okay? But now it wants us to write the numbers as they appear from left to right. So that would be least to greatest. So what's my least greatest value?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. What's my next one?
Negative 1.
Next.
0.
Next.
1.
1,
2.
2, 4. So I just dropped them down and I wrote them least to greatest. Next one. Go ahead, try this one. What is the least greatest value?
Negative 8.
Negative 11.
Negative 11.
Negative.
Does everyone agree that negative 11 is the smallest? What comes next?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Negative
What's
3.
next?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. What's next?
0.
0. Okay.
1.
1,
2,
2,
10.
and 10. Does anyone disagree? We all got that? As I walked around, most of us had that. Nice job. All right, now we're getting into absolute value. Again, what does absolute value mean?
The distance from 0.
Distance from 0. Good. So, -4, if I start at 0 and I'm going to go to -4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the absolute value of -4 is what? Is 4. It's 4 spots away from 0. On B, we have two absolute values. We need to figure those out first. What's the absolute value of -8? 8. What's the absolute value of 5?
5,
5. 8 minus 5?
3,
3. Okay, A. Absolute value of 5, we just did it. What is it?
5,
5. On B, can we just add together -8 and -1?
Nope.
No, what do we need to do first?
absolute value.
Find the absolute value of each one. What's the absolute value of -8?
8,
What's the absolute value of -1?
1,
Say 1. 8 plus 1
9.
is 9. Okay, what happens if we have an x in our equation, but it gives us a number for that x?
Then you insert the number.
Yep, I'm going to change your wording. Substitute.
Substitute.
Yep, we're going to use substitution, and we're going to take -2 and put that in for x. So I'm going to have 6 plus the absolute value of -2. Does everyone understand what I just did there? So now we just solve like we did on the last slide. So we have 6 plus, what's the absolute value of -2? 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. Nice job. We got one more. What do we do on this one?
Substitute x.
Good. So we have the absolute value of -2 plus 8. Izzy, what's the absolute value of -2? 2. Good. And then plus 8. What's 2 plus 8? 10. One more time. What does absolute value mean?
Distance from 0.
The distance from 0. Start at 0, and then you start counting. Okay? Any questions? Yeah.
Yeah, what was the other one
Which one?
before that?
8.